Hey everybody and welcome to the Bullshit Party. And in this one we're gonna be taking a closer look at, you guessed it, the new podium vehicle. This video is gonna be a bit out of the ordinary, but more on that a little bit later. First let's focus on the car, and as Doug DeMuro would say, let's go over its quirks and features. And the first thing that I want to say about the D10 is that it was modeled after the C8 Corvette. And in my opinion, this is one of the best looking cars ever made. But it's almost like I'm repeating myself. Oh, that's right, I made a video about this car already. I made it as soon as it came out with the summer update. So if you're interested in seeing me customizing my car, I'm gonna put a link to that video right here. And this video, the one that you're watching right now, is gonna be focused on more of the difference between the stock car and the fully upgraded one. And going back a little bit on the car facts about the D10, it's a mid-engine coupe that can hold, you guessed it, 2 people and is rear-wheel drive, as you'll see very shortly. As you can expect, I haven't driven the stock car in quite a while, so I'm curious to see if I'm gonna have the same opinion of it this time around as well. See? What did I tell you? Rear-wheel drive. In fairness of being objective, I haven't watched my original video, so I have no idea what I said in that. And just to assure myself for the rest of the video, in case I said something contradictory, yep, I'm a complete hypocrite. My first thoughts, well, second actually, thoughts on the D10 are that it feels very, well, slow. It feels a bit sluggish and a bit underpowered, but it feels very responsive. The car is very tail happy, which makes it fun to drive in my opinion. And of course I want to remind the viewers that they are watching a Bullshit Party video. Bad driver, remember? But not only am I a bad driver, but I'm apparently very bad with directions as well, since I sort of got lost at this point. But that doesn't matter, I don't need no stinking GPS to find the garage. If you want the podium car, or if you bought it and driving it stock, you are really doing a disservice to yourself. I don't know if you guys noticed, but in my videos I usually sell off the cars that I don't like. And the sheer fact that I saved my original D10 should tell you something. I have no idea exactly what, but it should tell you something. And speaking of things that are worth saving and liking, please don't forget to leave a like on the video, it really does help out the channel a lot. Now something that doesn't help out the channel a lot is my horrible driving. But thankfully through the magic of video editing, we have a GPS now and know where to go and exactly how to get there. And as I started to say before, I'm really impressed with this latest fleet of vehicles Rockstar released. Granted, I haven't driven all of them, but the ones that I have are very good. And with this pace, who knows, maybe they're gonna put another one as the podium vehicle next week. Having driven the stock D10 for about 10 minutes I'd say at this point, it starts to feel more comfortable, but it still lacks a lot of power. That's not necessarily horrible, but I remember when you fully upgrade its performance, it becomes, well, quite nice. And no, of course I wasn't gonna miss that last car. Who do you think I am? And with that, we're almost at my other garage, where we're gonna see the other D10. And here we are. As you can see, there are a lot of cars here, both podium and ones that I've bought. But what we're interested in right now are these two right here. As you can see, pulling up the stats for them, one is, as I said, stock and the other one is fully upgraded. And another thing that you might notice is that the braking is, well, not the best on both of them. That's something that I forgot to mention on my way over here, but it is quite noticeable. And visually, you can see the level of customization the D10 has. If I was a car salesman, I'd tell you that every single panel on this new D10 is completely new. But since I'm not, I'm just gonna stick with the truth. As I said a little bit earlier, I haven't watched my original video to keep everything as objective as possible. But to my recollection, there were a lot of customization options for the D10. From basic things like the front and rear bumpers, liveries, side skirts and mirrors, I believe that you could make the D10 a convertible. Which honestly, well, that's just awesome. And now is probably a good time to talk about the poll that you guys voted on. And it was about the color of this car right here that you're seeing. And as you can see, the majority of you wanted this car to be lava red, but I'm not sure if it is. So let's go to Los Santos Customs and make it lava red. And straight off the bat, the power difference is very noticeable. The car feels as agile and as tail happy as it did before, but it does have a lot more power. And I probably should have listened to Spider-Man, cause with great power comes great responsibility. And let's be honest, I'm just not that good of a driver. And we are gonna go back to the performance of the car in just a little bit, but now it's time for Los Santos Customs. And since we're fully loaded this time, fully upgraded, fully customized, The only thing that we have to do is change the color. I mean, how difficult can that be? It should be as easy as going to the respray option, primary color, metallic, and then choosing the red color we want. Okay, so let's see now. We have red, Torino red, formula red, blaze red, grace red, garnet red, sunset red, carbonate red, wine red, and pink. I don't know about you, but I didn't see lava red anywhere, which only leads me to believe that it's one of those colors that's on the bottom that could potentially be locked. And of course it is. That'll give you 35 more split streams. And seeing how this would be impossible for me to do, I did the next best thing. I chose a red that matched, and then I chose a pearl scent that matched the shine of this one. So even though we didn't really select the lava red color that we needed to, we got something that was very close to it. And if you have a color suggestion that you want to be in next week's poll, leave it as a comment in the comment section down below. And the combination we're going for this one is blaze red with bright orange. And as you can see in the left corner, we have the original lava red, and on the right we have our version. Not bad, if I can say so myself. And we're back, and we're outside, and it's time to go back to talking about the performance of the car. Even though that this is not a dedicated drift vehicle, just because of the way it handles and carries itself on the road, I think it's absolutely perfect for that. Mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, and with the upgraded performance, it does feel very fun to drive. The only problem that I have with it so far, and it is a big problem, are the brakes. It really doesn't stop. But if you're able to overlook that, like I did, you have a very fun car here. Even though it doesn't have the highest top speed, it doesn't have the fastest acceleration, definitely doesn't have the best brakes. It's incredibly fun to drive just because of the way it handles and delivers power to the road. As for, is this car worth it for you? Well, I guess it depends. As a member of the sports class, it's nowhere near the top of the top performing cars. So if you want to race with it, I don't think it's gonna be a good idea. But if you're like me and you use your cars to have fun and explore the open world, I think there are very few cars that are better than this. And if you're watching this video in the week it was published, this is the podium vehicle of the week. So you'll be able to get a car that usually costs $1.5 million, and I can honestly say that it's extremely fun to drive. As I said in the beginning, it's not a coincidence that this car is still in my garage. For me, the Coquette D10 is absolutely worth it, whether you're paying $1.5 million for it or winning it off of the podium. And with that piece of horrible driving behind us, I think it's time to end the video. Thank you so much to everybody who watched this far. Hopefully you liked the video, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, a lot more cool stuff to come in the future. And with all that, I'll catch you in the next one. And soon after that, of course, the inevitable happened.